One thing I'll never forget about WES is the people I've met and the friends I've made, and I'll never forget how welcoming they were when I first came to Wayne.
One memory I will never forget about WES is how I've grown socially and emotionally, and while my friends are supporting me, as I'm doing the same for them.
My favorite WES memory is field day, when we're being the best we could be and setting a good role model for kids younger than us.
One of my favorite things about WES that I will never forget is how every teacher made their subject interesting by letting us do things that don't involve just sitting around, which really helped me learn by letting me not being bored and wanting to go home.
One memory I will never forget about WES is all the students I've met and all the caring teachers here at WES. When I think back on my memories at WES, I will always think about how many friends I made and art. When I think about my time at WES, something I'll always remember was how supportive all the WES staff and students were, whether they were in 5th grade or kindergarten.
When I think about my time at WES years from now, I'll remember the character development the teachers granted me. When I was younger, I was very misbehaved, but as I got older, the teachers helped me to following school-wide positive behavior and helping others follow it too.
When I think about my time at WES years from now, I remember how welcome I felt when I first came to this school and seeing all the welcoming faces of teachers.
My favorite WES memory is playing Czechoslovakia volleyball, Foursquare basketball, and Naruto tag with my besties at recess.
When I think about my time at WES years from now, I will remember how welcome I've always felt from my peers and teachers. From all my 6 years of school, I never felt so welcome.
I've only been at WES for 2 years, but I already know that this is a school full of kindness and includes everyone. It makes everyone feel like they belong.
My favorite memory of WES is how teachers are always kind to me. When I think about my time at WES years from now, I will remember how when I stepped foot into Wayne Elementary, I felt so welcomed, and once I saw how the teachers and students treated each other, it made me feel like this is the perfect school for me.
My favorite memory of WES is Camp Kansas and the parents.
When I think about my time here at WES years from now, I will remember how I felt so cared about by all of the teachers and my friends.
When I think about my time at WES years from now, I remember through my ups and downs, my teachers and my peers have helped me grow in life.
When I think about my time at WES years from now, I will remember Camp Canadensis and how fun it was, having a sleepover there with your classmates, playing games, as well as swimming in the pool.
I will never forget when the whole grade joined together and sang beautifully in front of the young kids.
My favorite memory of WES is when someone dumped Diet Coke on Mrs. Niffin's head.
My favorite WES memory was when I was going to Camp Canadensis. I loved all the activities and nature, and sleeping in the cabins was fun experience. You got to play some games and talk.
Forget, on the first day of kindergarten, I was scared to go on the bus.
I'll never forget when we hiked all the way to Ditmar Field and had an amazing field ride.
My favorite memory of WES is the spring orchestra concert, where I played my hardest song, Into the Sky.
I'll never forget the first day of virtual school because it was a way different way we accessed the classroom and how we learned.
I will never forget when I met my kindergarten teacher on the first day.
I'll never forget when we started using Zoom instead of the big blue button.
My favorite memory at WES is when I got a Chromebook in 3rd grade.
I will never forget when I walked into WES for the first time. My face lit up like a light bulb. I know I was home.
My favorite memory of WES is when I went to kindergarten orientation and I was scared because I didn't know anybody, but now I look back and remember that was one of the best memories I've ever had.
I will never forget the first day of kindergarten when everyone gathered around in a circle and we all learned each other's names for the first time.
My favorite WES memory is canoeing and kayaking at Camp Canadensis.
I will never forget when in 2nd grade we went virtual.
My favorite WES memory is the bus ride to the Reading Olympics.
My favorite WES memory is when me and my friends did limbo at a 5th grade field day.
My favorite WES memory was my first Special Friday in Mrs. Bratch's class.
My favorite memory at WES is Camp Canadensis or the first day of kindergarten.
I will never forget when I had my first fort day with Mrs. Bratch's class because we got to make pillow forts with the desks.
My favorite West memory is when we went to camp in 5th grade and my friends and I went head first on the slide at camp.
My favorite memory of Wes is when 5th grade went to Camp Canadensis and all the Foley girls in our cabin had flashlight time and hung out with each other before bed.
My favorite memory here at West is when I went to Camp Canadensis and kayaked across the lake with my friends.
I'll never forget in kindergarten when my big brother and I got the phone call to come down to the office because my little sister was born. Everyone was so happy for us and cheered as we left them.
My favorite West memory is when I did a WE video project about wombats in 3rd grade.
My first day of kindergarten is my favorite memory here at West. I was so scared then, but later I thought that school was the best thing in the world.
I will never forget having 4th day in Mrs. Cook's class.
I will never forget bumpers because how fun it was. The whole school got together to celebrate us.
The memory that I want to cherish most in West is Camp Canadensis. I had the best time with my friends and enjoying their activities.
My favorite memory of West is when I made a new friend not from Wayne's or in Camp Canadensis.
I will never forget Camp Canadensis and canoeing over in the lake with my friends.
I will never forget when I went to Camp Canadensis in the 5th grade for a field trip and I got to go canoeing.
My favorite memory at West is meeting and spending time with Miss Becker. My favorite memory of West is when we went to Camp Canadensis and had flashlight time in our cabins and played Truth or Dare before bed.
I will never forget all the Friday free times I had.
My favorite memory is when in 2nd grade on Fridays we would have dance parties in Miss Francis's side room.
I will never forget kayaking with my friends at Camp Canadensis.
I will never forget the time when I was able to put my book Tales of Fluffy the Hedgehog in my library.
I will never forget when field day was on my birthday in 5th grade.
My favorite memory from West is all of the last and first days of school.
My favorite memory of West is when I went kayaking at Camp Canadensis.
My favorite memory of West is when the 5th grade went to Camp Canadensis and I climbed to the top of all the rock walls there with my best friends.
I will never forget the first time I met my friends on the playground.
I will never forget when we went to Camp Canadensis and I reached the top of the rock wall and it was the hardest one.
I will never forget when it was my first day of 5th grade and I met one of my best friends.
I will never forget when we went on a fancy bus for Camp Canadensis.
I will never forget when on my first day of school of West, Amara was the only and first person to talk to me that day.
I will never forget when I went to camp and I went swimming.
I'll never forget when I was playing volleyball with my friends and going swimming at Camp Canadensis.
Never forget the moment I first came to Wayne Elementary School. It was the first time I was able to learn and to make friends.
I will never forget the time when I first came here in 1st grade and I met my new friends.
I will never forget when in 3rd grade we grew plants and my plant was the tallest out of everyone in the class. I was so proud of myself. I had never been the tallest in the class.
I will always remember when me and my friends James, Emil, and Ben in kindergarten played cops and robbers at recess.
I will never forget when I caught a new at Camp Canadensis.
I'll never forget going canoeing at Camp Canadensis with Mr. T and Ritesh.
I will always remember first meeting my kindergarten buddy and making tie-dye butterflies.
My favorite memory is when I was with my kindergarten buddy and she gave me my first hug.
My favorite memory at West was field day.
I will never forget when I went to Camp Canadensis because I got to live with my friends that are in my class.